LPS Honey, and today I thought I would update you guys on how I organize my LPS and LPS accessories. So I'm pretty sure it's been over a year since I last showed you guys where I organized my LPS and LPS accessories, so I thought I'd kind of do an update video because a lot has changed, and some people might find it helpful when they're thinking of different ways to organize their LPS. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So I just want to quickly apologize if anything looks a little messy. I'm currently organizing some other things around my rooms. Like I have a bunch of boxes over here that need organizing. But anyway, last time I showed you guys my collection, I was keeping them in this little like stack of containers. And I was also keeping my dogs and cats, well, some of them, like my collies and all that, in these containers here. However, now these containers are used for craft, so like paints and the little tables I use in some of my videos. This top container here is actually empty inside, and this one just has some random teddies in it just for now. And there we go. So these two bottom drawers actually have LPS related items in them. So this top one here has my Surveillant Families, Little Woodsies, and some fairy furniture inside. I keep them in here because it's a lot easier for me to keep the Surveillant Family furniture separate from LPS furniture, because Surveillant Family furniture looks kind of more realistic with the colors they use. And this bottom one here has a lot of kind of like random, I guess, toys that I could use for videos. I have a lot of these little My Little Pony, I forgot what they're called, but like the tiny ones they recently came out with. I also have like the little Coles miniature food items, and I have things like Shopkins furniture in here that aren't super realistic like Surveillant Families, but they still could be used for pet videos, so I keep them all in here. I also no longer keep my LPS accessories in these little containers off to the side. I usually store little bits and pieces that I use for filming. So for example, this has my little fake candles in it that I use for some of my lighting. And this one down here has my little BFF pets, and the other little pets, I think they were called like baby surprise pets or something like that. I can't really remember. So you guys are probably thinking, if they're not in this big area here, where are my LPS? Well, my customs, mystery, and prototype LPS are all now in these little containers. They're stackable and they cost about $3 each at Daiso Japan, and they are super handy. A couple of them have a second step at the back, but this one at the top is just all one level. I really recommend them, and I use them to display my more valuable and hard to find pets, and also my customs, because it keeps the dust off them so perfectly. As for my LPS, I actually now keep them under my bed in my room. I bought these 40-liter containers at Red Dot. I think they were about $15 each, which is a little pricey. However, they were the only containers I could really find that fit under my bed super well. They also come with wheels on the bottom, so you can roll them out, which is super handy. So this one here has kind of like all my medium-sized LPS accessories, so like beds, chairs, everything like that. And it's just so much easier to find them. I know it looks kind of chaotic, but it's not very deep, so it's a lot easier for me to find specific items that I'm looking for. This second one here has all of my dogs and cats, which aren't like the big five. And again, it's so easy to find them in such a long container. It's only about 1 or 2 LPS deep, whereas where I stored them before, it was about 6 or 7 LPS deep, so it was a lot harder, but now it's so easy. They're also a lot less likely to get scratched because they're so spread out in such a big container. This third container is where I keep all my non-dog and cat LPS. This is probably the biggest amount of LPS in one area, and still, it's pretty easy to find what I'm looking for. It's only about 3 LPS deep, so you don't have to dig around that much to find the pet you're looking for. And again, they're a lot less likely to get scratched because it's such a big area. And then this fourth one has some of my larger LPS accessories, so like the little pet triplets houses and some of the little bags that the portable pets came in. There's also carry cases and cars, anything that would kind of fit more than one pet inside I class as a larger accessory, so that's why this box keeps all the large ones, and that one over there has the medium ones. Now you guys are probably wondering where I keep my Collies and Big 5 LPS. Well, I now display them all on a really nice shelf that I bought at Bunnings. The shelf was quite pricey, but it's quite large and it displays a lot of my collectibles. Like for example, on the second shelf I have some of my anime figures. But yeah, as I was saying, all my Big 5 LPS are up here, as well as my Beagles, and I also have LPS that are in series. So for example, some of the characters from LPS Echo and Love Hurts are kept up here, so they're easy for me to get to when I'm filming. I really highly recommend you guys get a shelf to display some of your more valuable LPS. It stops them from getting scratched and damaged, and it's also a really nice way to just have them all on display. But just be warned, you'll probably have to dust quite often unless they're behind a glass kind of like display case, then they should be okay. Anyway, moving down to the third shelf is where I keep some of my LPS accessories. So this is where I keep my smaller accessories like Civilian Family foods, LPS foods and accessories, and LPS clothes. I also put some of my more special LPS here just to make it look a bit nicer. So I have my Beijing pandas, Comic-Con cat, and Chinese New Year pets. So these little drawers are amazing and I highly recommend them to you guys. I bought mine from Bunnings here in Australia and they cost me about $20 each because they are quite a hard, durable plastic. I'm pretty sure you guys can find them cheaper elsewhere, but in Australia our options are kinda limited. They can also be hung up on the wall as well, but I prefer them kind of displayed like this on my shelf. So this whole container here is just filled with different clothes. So in this one I keep my collars and skirts. This one has glasses, and this one has bows, and it just continues downwards with different types of clothes in each little container. This one here is of course LPS food and accessories. So we have sweet foods, kind of fruits and vegetables, savory foods, and then the further down we get, the more kind of like I don't know, kind of like mixed it gets. So down here I have like bathroom and doctor items. Here I have like buckets and binoculars and shovels. And then this last one here has Civilian Families and some Little Woodsies accessories. So this middle one here is like all the breads and fruits and vegetables. This one here is the baking goods, so like pans, bowls, and everything like that. And then down the bottom I had some like spare ones that I had nothing to put in. So in this one I put a lot of my paper crafts, so like books and little boxes and some items that I use quite regular, so like phones and laptops. So I really recommend these to you guys. It has helped me organize my accessories so much, and if there's one thing that I think you guys should really get from this video, it's little storage containers or drawers like these. They just help so much, especially with the small items, because they can get lost so easily. As for my mini LPS, I have a lot more since last time, so I just found an old Tupperware container and chucked them in there. They don't get scratched as easily as regular LPS, so it's fine to just chuck them somewhere where you have room. So even if you have like an old shoe box or something like that, you can just chuck your mini LPS in there and they should be fine. So that's pretty much how I store all my LPS and LPS accessories now. I think my pets and accessories are much more organized than they used to be. I used to store my LPS in 5 different places. Now I only have 3. And honestly, I don't even really count my prototypes as a way of organizing my LPS because they are more kind of like display items that I don't really use for videos. I do still highly recommend you guys find use out of whatever you can, like big boxes, shoe boxes, even old jewelry boxes can really come in handy for organizing your LPS and accessories. But I still wanted to show you guys how I organize mine, because when I first started organizing my LPS, it was really hard to try and think of good ideas to try and like organize them. So I went to YouTube and found out that a lot of LPS tubers use the kind of drawers I use to organize my small accessories. So that's where I thought of the idea to get them. So I really owe a lot to different LPS tubers who have done organization videos. And like I said, I hope now that mine can help some of you guys who are looking for ideas. I know this video wasn't as long as kind of usual, but I still hope you found it helpful. And if you guys would like any more kind of like room tour, I guess, type videos, let me know. I'm thinking of doing a video on my second channel, Miss Jellybean, on how I organize my squishies. So if you watch my second channel and that's something you're interested in seeing, let me know. But besides all that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments down below if you display or organize your LPS the same way I do. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed like I said, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys! Hello! It is time for day number 16 to be opened on the advent calendar. It's actually right behind me, and I think it's going to be another nest because it's actually quite a big door. So, let's find out. Let us see what is behind door number 16. If I can get it open. Yep, another nest, and this one's like a yellow gold color. So here's our little gold nest, and we finally found out where the white bow goes. It goes with this nest, so I'm just gonna put it in there. Finally, So this was day number 16. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.